2. We are going together to the end of the hall, then we will turn left to visit one of towers and then some other parts of military bunkers. And you have to be careful here because stairs are narrow and steep, but we will survive.
Ik feel it. It changes temperature, can't it? Okay.
Wow.
No
If I may say welcome, then welcome in our military bunkers. These bunkers are built by Yugoslav army 3 years after the end of World War II. And you probably ask yourself now, why 2 years after that horrible war? Because the World War II was finished. But that time 50s was also bad for us. Why? Because the relation between young communist country Yugoslavia and Russia, winner in World War II, the relation between two countries, between two presidents, was bad. And the question is again, why? Because Stalin, president of Russia, he wanted to take control, to be boss in all countries in Eastern European bloc. And Yugoslavia were under that European bloc, but Yugoslavia and we Yugoslavs, we had one really powerful and brave president, and his nickname was Tito. Maybe you heard about him, powerful guy. And he set historical norm for Stalin. After it, the relation between two countries and two presidents became really bad, that Tito expected airplane attack to Belgrade, on Serbia, on Yugoslavia. Why at first Belgrade? Because Belgrade became capital city of big foreign country. It was the biggest city, maybe 40% of economy was situated here, because of which Tito expected war here. And also Tito ordered to our army, Yugoslav army, to build these bunkers here to be for defending Belgrade. And now we are in one or two towers, and this wall here was open wall. And somewhere here was place for tops, for canyons, and it was movable canyons, for example, to be for defending Belgrade. Everything what you can see here is original. Only not this lighting here, but this was part of ventilation. Also there. Down there, maybe you saw two empty rooms from the right side. Rooms were for gunpowder war machines. Why? They needed to split places for war machines, gunpowder, and places for sleeping. Also, there are two rooms where soldiers slept with original remains of beds from 50s, and there are 4 tankers made by asbestos. And you know that asbestos today is proclaimed like a really cancerogenic material. But our soldiers were drinking water maybe till 60s. Okay, there is one more tower like this one at the beginning, and this place was really big military secret till 2008 year. you can remember where the security guy was. So that place, when we enter, that place was covered by soil till 2008. After it, at one night of museums here, they moved soil and showed the people entrance. Because of it, before it, for example, so many years ago, Belgraders, Serbs, walked around this area, but they didn't know what was inside. Because of it, you can be proud to be here, because you are one of my first groups here, and definitely I'm proud to be guide for this now empty place, but really interesting place. I hope that our tourist organization will spend some money to prepare this place to be maybe one museum of communists or something like that, but for now they are not so smart. Okay, I think I told you everything about this place. On the first tower, I will tell you something about that communist regime here, because during the communist regime, during the communist part of our history, Yugoslavia was one of the richest countries in Europe. Now I invite you to go with me down there to see rooms,
It's very squashed. I'll come out. You come in, then I'll come out. We'll do that two of you in the time. I'll catch up with you.
It's nice and cool.
So many places bigger than this one. Close to Sarajevo, in one small city, Konjic, there is one Tito's bunker. It's maybe not bunker, it's underground city with 25,000 square meters. So the place is built to host more than 350 people. And you can imagine that place and compare it with this one. Now, something about Tito and that communist rule. So communist regime and Tito, it was here after World War II till 80s. And that period, if you ask some people from here, from Croatia, other Yugoslav countries, Slovenia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Macedonia, they will maybe tell you that it was great period. Why? Yugoslavia, if you were Yugoslavian, if you had Yugoslavian passport, red passport, you could go everywhere in the world without visas. Only show your passport on the border and they, oh, Yugoslavia, great, welcome. 2 years ago, Serbs, we got to go without visas in Europe, and not in all countries for now. So you can imagine, and you can compare maybe 70s with 2010 year. Then Yugoslavia also wasn't included in that Cold War between Western countries and Eastern countries. Yugoslavia and Tito had big, really great relation with so many countries in the world. On Tito's, process of Tito's burying, more than 200 guys from 200 different countries from the world came to visit Tito's processing of Tito's burying. So you can imagine how was Tito powerful in the world. But today we have 6 independent countries, small countries, poor countries, but again interesting countries. Okay, it was something. Okay, I don't want to speak about our tourist organization and government because she's making you movie. We are going from here again outside. I will tell you one more information about bunkers here.